let's talk about the scorpion god.
BELIAL.
Shawty want signs, I 10 on my side, and 10 on my side, a Libra. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reach you.
I'm here with Mr.
Damon Drago.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about our experiences with Belial after our pact. It's been about 5 months, and we've had some stuff we can share now, but we can't. There's some things we cannot share until after the pact, just for magical reasons. But yeah, we wrote down some stuff, and we thought we'll go through some stuff about Mr. KB, King Belial. Now, when we did our pact, as you guys know, we called upon him on the eclipse, and we summoned him through the Black Sun, and also we work with him as the Black Sun. And let's just let Damon explain for people that don't understand what it means to work with the Black Sun. And there are other entities that
Represent the
Black Sun. But Belial, when this pact came to us as the Black Sun, and to work with the Black Sun as Belial, plus all of his aspects, which we're going to get into more. But let's just, here you go. You wrote some stuff down.
Many may be asking, how is Belial the Black Sun? Well, what he revealed to me is, as we know, he is the scorpion god. He is the black scorpion serpent dragon, the king of darkness. The Black Sun represents the unseen, the subconsciousness. He who absorbs all colors and all light is what the Black Sun represents. Is what Belial represents as the Black Sun. And the scorpion, the black scorpion, he who poisons, he kills with one bite. That's another form of him as the scorpion god. And having the power of the scorpion is having the power of being able to kill in one bite, to poison in one bite, and etc.
Now, just to elaborate a little bit more on that, we know that with Belial, working with Belial, and with us doing some very deep meditations, I've seen Damon be marked with a astral mark of the scorpion. Now that, I don't know if everybody can get that or what's up in that thing, but I do know with proof that he has the power now to be as a scorpion if needed so. It's an honorable thing, and I don't think just anybody can get that. You have to have be responsible with your powers, And with Belial, the way he's been working with Damon, it's been very amazing for me to sit back and watch, but also be part of it. The powers that he's been bestowed upon, and the things that he can do just with Belial. I mean, not just only communication with animals, but understanding what sacrifice is, the emotional
attachment.
The emotional attachments you have. And we both lost our cats within a month of each other. When you're working with Belial, he will give you everything that you want, but it's going to cost you. And he does take things away in order for those things to come. And it's always not the way you think it's going to happen. Like, the last 6 months for me personally have been very, very rough. I've been under a lot of pressure, pushing myself to do things, getting my life ready to spend my rest of my life with him. Just so many things have come at so fast and so much, and it's like a pressure cooker, just time to tick. Which
And he will always be there. He will be there for you, and if he knows that you will put the work in, then he will give you something, or give you what you ask for. But it's never going to be the way that you think it's going to happen, such as it's going to be different. Like,
it's rough. It's going to be rough. It's not he's not somebody that just gives you things freely. Like, you got to pay for it, and you got to be willing to sacrifice the things that he's wanting to sacrifice, show you what you need to sacrifice in order to get those things. Now I know with me, with working with Belial as the lawless one, you will be, when you start invoking, when you start invoking the lawless one, then you're going to be confronted with the law.
Yeah, you will be put into a boot camp of sorts with the law. Like, he will train you. You'll go through trials, tribulations with the law. And for me, I had doubt with myself, and as the unseen, as a black dragon, he is the unseen. He is, and you can't see that which is unseen. You have to go through the unseen. You have to become the unseen to know what the unseen is.
And it's scary because when you're working with the law, and you always have that doubt, like, maybe I shouldn't do this because I don't want to get in trouble with the law. But it seems like there was a time I pulled back because I was like, this is going far. I don't know if I can put my 100% trust into Belial. I don't know if I want to go further into the law and jeopardize everything that I've had. So that was probably a test, and that I didn't trust Belial completely, but I didn't. And but I cut him off.
No, it's okay. So for me, when I went through this law situation, when I crashed, when we had that wreck, they tried giving me reckless driving, and so I was starting to worry about it and doubt myself to be able to do magic, to even get out of it, get out of the situation, have no charges, nothing. And Belial, I was doubting myself. Belial had brought to the surface that I doubted myself, that I need to work on my belief of myself in magic, my trust within him. But I started doing these just tiny spells, just simple spells, reading some books, putting things together, putting them on practice, and it went from reckless driving to careless driving to just a ticket that I just had to pay $200 for, and that was a big change, because I would have a fine, I would have went to jail. It would have been bad, but
you wouldn't have been able to come possibly to Canada,
right?
Get everything that we need. So there was a lot. It was a very
it was a big stressful thing.
Very stressful situation.
And I
but not even that. When this was all happening, one of his favorite cat, Lawless, got really sick. Okay. Meanwhile, we're dealing with the court stuff, and other stuff. His cat, out of 5 cats, gets sick, and really sick, and there was no rescue, and anyone or anything, any organization to take her, so he had to put her down, and that was
a big emotional and struggle for me.
That was huge.
The only one that helped me through it was, of course, my wife, but Belial, he really guided me to do it, to put her out in the way that it was supposed to be done.
She was rotting from the inside out. I don't know what she must have eaten something outside or something, but she was very, very sick, and she was in a lot of pain and suffering.
And when she puked and it was watery, bloody.
So that happened, and he learned sacrifice in the way of doing what's best for the animal, and understanding what a sacrifice truly is in love and honoring an animal. And we did have Belial guide us doing this. Then a month later, my cat gets sick, and I had to put him down. Very emotional. Like, we lost a lot of things, but we've also gained so much. So understand that when you work with Belial, he's going to put you through so much pressure. Oh, okay, let's talk about Mantan. Okay, so another aspect. Okay,
Mantanbuchus.
well, hold on. You learn gratitude, and he was teaching us about gratitude, and like us actually doing gratitude, because we weren't really doing that. Very huge in doing meditations with gratitude.
I want to say something on gratitude. You see, when you put yourself, if you meditate on gratitude, that energy, it actually changes, what is it, DNA? No, it changes a chemical within.
Alchemical?
Yeah. it does like an alchemical process within your physical and spiritual autonomy.
Yeah. And things start to come in.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as we started doing our gratitudes together, we were receiving so much more. And it's just...
It's the appreciation in life that you need to focus on too. Even on the hard times, just sit back and say, you know what? I could be poor right now. And I'm grateful for everything that I have.
Also, Belial reveals and teaches you how to see omens, how to see synchronicities, numbers, numeral. Like, you will see the unseen by the synchronicities. Like, we have started having so many crazy synchronicities. I wish we wrote them down. We just didn't, because we're lazy. And then when we started to work with Mantanbuchus, who is another name for Belial in the Bible. I don't know if it's just the Christian Bible, if it's the Torah. I don't know exactly where Mantanbuchus comes from.
But Mantanbuchus is, he was an angel within the heavenly realms. And he was a healer, but it was said that to ask for his healing, you have to go through like a deep, painful process and then be healed.
And that's what we have been going through. We've been going through a lot of painful situations.
I decided to experience the pain and pleasure.
And yeah, pain and pleasure is good too in all areas.
Yes.
But okay, so when we were working with Mantanbuchus, he has something to do with the internet, and there's a system. This guy created a Belial software called Mantanbuchus. After we started to like do more research, me and Damon would be on Facebook Messenger just talking, and all of a sudden when we would say his name or talk about him, a thumbs up little emoji would float up in the thing, and I'm like, how the fuck is this happening? Like, and I don't know how to press a thought. I don't even know where it comes from. I've tried to do it ourselves, but it would just randomly come as if like he's listening through our phones or something. So, you know,
or influencing something within the phone.
Within the phone and software, and you know, so.
And we also notice when we work with Belial or decided to do a ritual, there's other magicians with their own channels that have a similar ritual. And on the time even of working with him, every single time, we see the other magicians
offering the same type of rituals
and working with him.
Yeah.
In general, and it's just like, wow.
Your spiritual senses are awakened. Like, we can see spirits easier. I see things moving. He sees things. He has more connection with. Well, you have more connection with everything. With animals, we were on vacation and he was like touching a little almost touching a baby rabbit. But he's very animals and children love him, like absolutely love him. They love him. And what else, babe?
He will pull things to the surface that are unseen.
Oh,
as I've seen.
He does. He's taught us a lot of rituals to do, and we've already performed some. Like we just offered our last ritual for the breaker of chains, and we had a couple clients that have already had amazing effects. And I'm gonna get some reviews on that. So if anybody wants us to perform that ritual for you, just leave me a messenger.
I wanted to say that he.
Pass me that drink. Oh, and okay, so I'll give you an example. The one thing I really wanted to do was have time to work out. Well, he made it really hard for me to find work, and being rejected by society and feeling worthless, and I've never gone through this in my life. Have I ever been through so many interviews and just get rejected over and over and over and over and over again? But it gave me time to fucking work out and get on my health shit. So this is the craziest shit. And I always was taken care of. It's not like I was fucking on the streets fucking. Things still worked out for me, but I got to really experience what it's like to be unworthy in society eyes of being unworthy for certain things. I guess, kind of, right?
Yes, to be the worthless one is to really
you don't belong.
You don't belong. Like to really go through a process of being worthless to the society, to the system.
I got stripped of that, I'll tell you that.
I wanted to say that when I had a past life, I seen I had some past life things when we actually first started, before we met the pact, when we were working the Egyptian current, working with the Scorpion God, and knew that Belial was the Scorpion God. He showed me some things within the past life, and you don't realize the effects or even the power one has within themselves until you go through a process of some serious shit. And a lot of things happen for a reason. I invited
but we're talking about your past life.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. I invited when I was at my house, my father or my dad, when he was there with me, we went to the graveyard and we came back. I invited the spirits of the dead to feed off of him and feed off some other people that were within the household. And I began to, say, what, I need to test myself as a black magician. My dad said that he seen an entity peeking his head out, and he was green and yellow by the garage. And I went over there and I told the entity that I said, I welcome you within me to speak to me and tell me why you're here, and etc. Testing myself. And I began to be, the entity tried to possess me. He was bringing up fears and a lot of things. And I had to devour this spirit of the dead, and that took, and I learned that to devour it, Belial was teaching me how to devour to filter it and devour with the black sun, with the black singularity system within the self. And it was to deal with darkness, as I said, that the black sun absorbs all light and all colors. So I did that, and it took serious willpower. It took belief in myself, and these are all things that I didn't even realize that were unseen. And it's not like you can just see it. You have to go through it, and then eventually you begin to notice it.
Well, okay, yeah. So you don't really know your true powers until you're tested with adversities, and you're tested with things like this. So Charlie learned how to absorb and devour a spirit. He didn't know that he could do that.
And as we know, in the current in the Egyptian magic, they teach you how to
God eat. Spirit
God
eat.
eat
Yeah, spirit
and
eat.
spirit eat. And so I had a past life of being a pharaoh, and that was one of the things that Belial was showing me and reminding me, and like, hey man, you are this.
Yeah.
So why are you doubting yourself? And it's very strange, but these are the unseens that are revealed to you.
That's right. So you will be tested with things in order for it to be pulled up from you, from your past lives, from just your power that you have. Now, I've seen Damon in astral realms. I won't tell you what I've seen him as, but I have seen him, and it's blown my mind away of what his spirit and what many of his past lives are. Like, he's fucking dope.
I've seen my wife in a few forms. She's for some reason, I don't agree with this, but I want to see most of her forms too. She sees all these many forms of me.
He has seen me in some form.
But I've seen her in some crazy serious forms.
Yeah.
Coming
Which
to
I
me and
didn't even know that but it's funny because when he said it, I was like, yeah, I used to do this and I used to do that. So it was a confirmation without even him knowing about certain things.
Right, and it was just very, very crazy. Having my wife come to me in a dream saying I am the goddess of this or whatever.
Don't tell people what I am.
Go ahead.
What else? What else is Belial? Okay, so if you will understand his all aspects as being the lawless one, as feeling unworthy, as Mantanbuchus, as the scorpion god, you will go through all of these aspects of what he is if you work with him for a long time and solely. And working with him only, you're relying on him to teach you. Instead of working with other types of energies, it's only him. We're giving him all of the energy and respect for everything that we're going through right now. And this is not for people that are weak. Okay,
Nope.
If you're weak, I mean, I have stuff that I gotta work on with my drinking, shit that's coming up, because I realize I still have certain addictions that, especially addicts, you will be put through pressure to see how you can handle that pressure. And then because my mind works differently than he's not an addict. He can drink a couple drinks and stop. I'll start drinking. I can't stop drinking.
And sometimes I feel like I'm in the way for telling her no drinking.
The what?
I feel like I'm in the way sometimes. Like it's not my place to tell
Yeah.
her not to do something.
I know. That's okay. But anyways, he will push you.
Excuse me.
He will push you. He will push you to show you, get that shit in check. Get that shit in check. Learn other ways. Keep that. But that's part of what it is. It's pushing you and seeing how you crack under pressure, straight up, and how you can deal with stuff. He's blown my mind away with all the things. Like, we've been together for a year, and the things we have accomplished in a year is crazy.
I wanted to explain something. It's kind of funny, and Belial told me in the workings that I lacked convenience. I never understood that because I didn't know the word convenience. I didn't even know what that meant. But for me, I tend to make everything harder for myself instead of making things easy for myself. And that's pretty much what he was telling me that I lacked, is doing the simple, easiest things.
No, you do things what's easiest. I'm still trying to figure out the convenience things, because convenient means to make things easy, but you do want to make things easy for yourself because you don't want to do the hard work. He does do a lot of hard work when it comes to like magic and spirituality, but like the mundane shit, he gets really frustrated with, like with technology. For some reason, he gets really frustrated with technology.
I'm stubborn. Okay, I have a stubbornness that causes me to make things harder mundanely.
Yeah.
And even sometimes with other situations. But that's something that was, again, unseen.
Unseen things. So working with the black sun, harnessing the black energy, you're going to see the things that are not seen, that are unseen, are going to be brought forth. And sometimes it's not going to be pretty about but you, oh my God, I don't know what I'm talking about. Finish. Just working with the unseen. Charlie.
Baby, okay, so you have to go through the unseen to instinctually know the unseen. Pretty much. We're gonna delete this. You have to go through the unseen to become the unseen, to know that which is unseen. Can't see the unseen. You have to go through it, become it, and then know it.
Yeah.
Things will be brought to the surface. It's not like you can look in the darkness and see everything that's there. Just, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like some people are stubborn and they don't know. Like, you can have like your mom or your dad or your friends say like, you're this and you're that, and you're like, whatever, like, you're just an asshole. But then when you actually are faced with yourself, and this is also looking at yourself and being able to see your character defects, or to see the things that you're lacking, to be the best version of yourself, because that's what me and him are striving to be, is the best version of self. Meaning we got to get rid of all this bullshit, all these attachments, all these chains, these things that ground us to this realm, so we can fully ascend and fully understand how Belial works within the universe, how magic works in the universe. Well, you got to know what's behind the darkness, or what's within the darkness, and you got to go through the darkness, which means you're going to go through hard times, and you're going to have things taken away from you. Thank God we're not going to be homeless, but who knows? Not thank God. Thank the
Thank
God.
our own gods.
But like, you know, we could end up with nothing, but that's not going to stop us, you know. And that's what Belial looks for when he works with people, and he wants you to be part of his team. He wants the people that, it doesn't matter if you're stripped from everything, what is your character, who are you, when you're tested and everything material leaves you and you're stripped away with nothing, who are you? You know, it's a test of character and willpower, and that's all we have to say.
That is it. Now go before.